So where we at today is the day of after Boxing Day, I suspect is really where we want to put it. It's day number 28 in the month of December. We say good morning and welcome. It was careful driving that got me here this morning. But as careful as I was trying to pick up all the things that I needed, because I did a little switch around with the vehicles. I left my my entrance key for the building. So I had to make a call from the outside.
Yeah, man.
Then hear the interesting. By the way, you're hearing Shelz. Welcome back, Shelz.
Yeah, we're there.
Morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Real good.
You look well rested.
Yeah, man. But you know what people say after them fall back from vacation. Yeah. When the next one. But that was good.
And usually you hear, I'm more tired than when I left.
No. This time, no. We give thanks, man. We got some well-needed rest and we're back.
Yeah, man. The haircut make you look younger still. And I'm telling lie.
Yeah, man. The tricks.
We have the same problem. Yeah. If it is a problem. DJ Ali, you can talk about that, can't you?
Definitely, I tell you, morning, Bridge Nation.
You played out last night, Bridget?
Negative.
Okay. All right, because we know the thing going on.
Yeah.
You're a season to eat some food. While it was our season to eat up some food.
Facts.
Good morning, Bridge Nation. Jody's in the building, and so is Romy. We're here. This is Top of the Bridge, up and go. I actually thought it was Romy was going to be opening the door when I made contact with Audley. So I just like as the door opened, I went, "Where's the brother?" Just Jody.
Jody.
Thank you, Jody. You know that it was a preconceived kind of situation. So. All right, so how's Bridge Nation doing here in Jamaica? And how's the Bridge Nation all around the world on the World Wide Web? We're streaming at www.thebridge99fm.com. We're locally on 99 on the FM band.
Yes, right. That's 99.1, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, and 0.9 on the FM
What
band.
a weekend it was. What a Christmas and Boxing Day. All these shows, we're going to be talking about them. Not only about Sting, but all the others that we can find time to mention.
Yeah.
And we hope that it was a good season for you. Of course, sad news coming out of the Marley family on the passing of Joe Mercer Marley. That will also form part of our discussion later on this morning. It's now time for WTF. What the Facts?
All right.
This is an interesting one.
Of course, Richie. You don't want to know. So, ladies, we don't get excited for you. One of the gents, them are a little nervous. So, the wedding ring comes with a lot of benefits, but we never know health benefits apart, right? Because here we go on. Married men live longer. So, see there?
Really? Oddly silent.
Well, gents, numerous studies covering 140 years have shown that married persons tend to live longer than their unmarried counterparts. A study published in the journal JAMA Network Open found that being married was associated with a 15% overall lower risk of death from all causes compared to men who are unmarried.
Now, let me ask you, Shelz. Unmarried, when you refer to unmarried in this context, who are we talking about?
Well, this is defined as people who are single, separated but still married, divorced, or widowed.
Okay. So married men have one up on them?
Yeah, so 15% though.
Yeah. GCT. Yo.
Okay.
This is an interesting fact.
Okay.
Yeah. You could have asked me about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Signs are there.
So what does this mean now? All the single men, all those who are separated, you want to get back married, divorced or widowed, what do you want to do? You're going to address this situation or what? Don't you want to live longer? Silence in the building. Nobody not talk up. Talk up, youth!
We'll start with vegetables and fruits first. And we'll just see.
Yeah.
Exactly how things pan out.
Yeah, exactly.
We change up a diet.
Yeah, change the diet first and then we'll see. Yeah.
And that you say?
When we decide to put on a ring, we'll live extra longer.
All right, I guess you have it all worked out.
Yeah.
But that's a fact that should not be lost on you. Married men live longer. All righty then. I'm not disputing that. It's now time for the proverb of the day.
Where I no see, heart no leap.
Oh, say it again.
Where I no see, heart no leap.
Okay. Where I no see,
Heart no leap.
heart no leap. I don't know if they would prefer if we say, well, yeah, you know, see, you know, the part of formation. Yeah, well, I know say, heart no leap.
That means like when heart leap, that means you're frightened. You know that much. You're frightened about something make you shock you.
All right.
So if I don't see it, it can't frighten me.
You're on the right path.
That one get from it.
You're on the right path. Things you are unaware of will not affect you.
See that?
All right?
I like that.
You never know about that thing that not gonna really affect you too tough. Yeah, so where I know sit, heart no leap. You know, get frightened if you not see that thing the way normally maybe it would have scared you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But things you are unaware of will in fact not affect you. All right, that's the proverb of the day. Now, pet peeves are things that others do that you may find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. Today's pet peeve, we've got it. All right, let's listen to this pet peeve.
One of my biggest pet peeves would be persons leaving back empty containers in the fridge. Like, they couldn't just eat the 1 grain of rice you left back just because you never want to wash any dishes.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Empty containers
Guilty.
being left in the fridge.
Yeah, man. Guilty.
I don't think it's because, maybe them don't want to wash the plate.
That is me.
The container, yeah.
That I mean. I ain't even gonna lie.
Eh?
Yeah, man.
So, you take out the roast breadfruit, the slices that were left.
Yeah.
You fry them and eat them and you put back the container inside it before.
No, man, you know, just put by the empty container.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The other part they catch me, you know what I'm saying? All of one. Yeah, just a little ice cream. Yeah, man, you put a little tubes left in there, make it not look no way. Yes. I never me done it. I won't done it for shit.
Or maybe, you know, there's a piece left in there.
Yeah, a piece. You could have eat the piece. Yeah.
It's a trick.
Yeah, I'm intentionally shot in my head, you know.
It's a trick.
Yeah, man.
You leave a little piece of chicken skin and a couple grain of rice. And you know,
Yeah,
I've never done it.
A whole heap of food that, man.
Yo, I'm a feel so that a whole heap of that over the Christmas
Over the
season,
Christmas, yeah, happening right now.
Damn, this person, that individual must be quite upset even this morning.
Yeah, rice grain.
1 rice grain. Jano Star. Do you find that upsetting as well, or is that something that you do?
Yeah.
Be honest about it.
Yeah, man, be real, man.
Let us hear from you on our WhatsApp number 876-551-5782. That is a pet peeve of one of the members of the Bridge Nation. And guess what? We'd like to hear your pet peeve as well, because these are things that people do that you find annoying, irritating,
Oh, Lord.
and very often quite upsetting. Thank you, listener, for putting forward that pet peeve. And many people seem to be guilty of that.
I want to put empty water bottle.
Oh gosh.
Oh no, that one.
No.
Let's see fight start for that. Yeah, man, empty water bottle. That one, the hurt, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
That one,
parched.
Shelz.
Our the big jug with it, we're almost empty. The drink was in it. The big jug. We haven't had Gavin full the bottom of a glass.
Yeah, what have you done that to some time, Richard?
And then the other thing now is ice trays.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
When them empty and
Oh, yeah, man.
basically nothing left in them.
Yeah, man, we do that.
And you're thirsty and reach home now and you want all a nice cold glass.
Yeah, we do
And
that.
a drink and what? No ice?
Yeah, we do that.
Yo.
No, like.
Hey.
Yeah, ice go right back. Something quantity in there.
So, if you're guilty, as Shelz did,
Yeah, man.
remember there's space for New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, man, work on it.
Work on it.
That's how the weekend is. The weekend is take that next year.
Yeah.
man.
All right. All right, we've been telling you about an interview segment at this time, and it's about to happen because we do have the CEO of Budget Leaf that will be joining us. Budget Leaf, by the way, is a brand that is simplifying budgeting for Jamaican millennials. Now, Kerron Clarke is a trained graphic designer who used her design skills to create easy-to-use budgeting tools to curb bad spending habits, which so many of us have, and to start saving. Kerron's journey with Budget Leaf started back in 2018 when she created the brand's first product, which was a daily expense tracker. Now, the planner was designed to help Jamaicans plan and manage their money better. The feedback was overwhelming, and Budget Leaf quickly became the go-to budgeting resource for young Jamaicans. To tell you a little bit more about the company, in 2021, Budget Leaf released its most popular product yet, the Budget Leaf Planner, which allows users to track their expenses in real time and make informed budgetary decisions. She's here to share with us this morning some advice as to why we should learn to budget as 2023 approaches in just a few days' time. Good morning. Season's greetings. Welcome, Kerron Clarke. How are you today?
Good morning. Good morning. I am doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Hope you had a wonderful Christmas season.
I most definitely did.
Glad to hear that, Kerron. Now, I think a good place for us to start in this discussion this morning is to ask you to explain to us, what is budgeting?
All right. So I found that budgeting is one of those words that persons usually fear. And it's simply because they do not understand the concept. Now, the concept of budgeting is simply understanding the ins and out of your money, understanding how much money you're making on a monthly basis and how much money you're spending on a monthly basis. That's simply it, just understanding what's going on in your world of money. That's simply it.
Mm-hmm. And so it means that it's a very important thing to do.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And we all should do it.
We all should do it. And I think on some level, persons do it in their own unique way. Mm-hmm. But the most important thing is that they're not tracking their money. Persons always know how they want to spend, but they're not actually tracking their money in real life to see exactly how much they're spending on food, how much they're spending on clothes. And because they don't know that, they would always think that they're broke.
Greetings, Kerron. Shelz here. Now, I feel like we should have linked you up before the Christmas, but they don't know where they are right now. So right now, all the things still right now, Kerron, is that the Christmas shopping done already. Some people probably nervous right now, because January long, Do you have any? What? Yeah, man, it's a rough time ahead. Do you have any budgeting tips as we head into the new year? Fresh off of the Christmas shopping and all these things.
Well, hopefully persons were able to, separate their money. So, for example, what usually happens is we usually get paid early in December. But the thing is that your December salary is actually for January. Mm-hmm. But many persons spend off their money before Christmas even come buying gifts. Mm-hmm. So my thing is this, what I would tell my clients to do is create a budget. So before Christmas how many persons you want to buy gifts for, how many parties you want to go to, and then, have some money put down for January. Now, if you find yourself in January, don't have any money, I would say you need some passive income because January is going to be really long.
Mm-hmm. And a little prayer.
A little prayer goes a far way.
Yeah, man.
Who's your target audience with your publications at this time?
So I would say my target audience ideally is anyone that has an income. So if you're a college student that has a business on the side, or you are a full-fledged entrepreneur, or someone that have a 9-to-5, as long as you have an income, you should be tracking your money.
Tracking meaning daily?
Yes, because you spend on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So, you should know on a daily basis where your money is going. And then, so, for example, I'll tell a person to track for at least a month to 3 months, ideally 3 months, because you want to see the full span of where you're spending. So, once you know for the entire month exactly where every single cent go, then you can say, okay, fine, I spent X amount on food, X amount on going out. So then you can create a realistic budget. You can then save more realistically or even invest. But if you don't know what's going on, you're going to always feel and think that you're broke.
No, but you're making a lot of sense, honestly. By tracking, though, break it down so people understand. It's not just about checking your bank balances now, is it?
So it's not about just checking your bank balance. It's actually, and my method is actually getting a physical book and a pencil and write down every single dollar I spend. So if I take a taxi and spend $200, I write it down. Taxi, $200, location, and I'll write if I spend using card or cash, because sometimes we're swiping away and we don't even realize that, we're over swiping. And you do that every single day for every single transaction. And at the end of that month, you go through and you categorize. And you say to yourself, okay, how much did I spend in what category? And then once you know exactly how much you spend for the entire lifespan of your salary, then you can make changes. Then you'll see where your bad spending habits are, and then you can say, okay, when I feel down, I impulse buy. So I can do things differently. So it really gives you so much insight. But I know a lot of persons going to say that the book and pencil, even though that's what I recommend, is too tedious. You can use an Excel spreadsheet and you can use an app. But the physical, actually sitting down and writing helps to build that discipline that you need to curb bad spending habits.
Mm-hmm.
But it really comes down to the individual.
Yeah. Shelz, can you imagine if your little black book get caught by somebody that look alone from you?
It's a good point.
And then them go find out. Yeah, it's a very important point.
Yeah, man, that discipline thing. Like, I have people in a Kerron want to say, yo, but Kerron, everything must spend on it needed. Coming on, oh man, I can't budget everything. This all pay for everything. You think persons like that are making sense, Kerron, when them say, oh, it's hard for budget because everything almost spend on is a necessity.
And this is why I recommend pencil and paper. And so even a part of a section in my product is that you get to track your needs versus your wants. So many times person believes that if I'm on the road and I'm hungry and I'm buying food, it's a need. But if you could really come home and, make some food, rice and mackerel, whatever it is, and eat at home, you get to save that $2,000. So, yeah, we need food to survive, but if you can come cook food at home versus buying on the road, is eating not really a need versus a want? So it comes back down to setting financial goals and then using a tool to track and ensure that you're staying on budget. Because if you get up every day with an excuse, that's not going to save or solve your problem. It's not going to change your situation, and it's not going to solve your problem. You have to start from somewhere.
True. Yeah. True. It will take a little time, might be considered tedious, but it's something that's very, very necessary, I think is the point that I want to be making right here this morning. So that is something that we should all look forward to doing. And can they reach out for help? Any resource available?
Yes, most definitely. I am on Instagram. I have a whole ton of just resources there. People can reach out to me on Instagram at My Budget Leaf. There's tons of, speaking engagement that I've done that's on Instagram, news articles. Like, there's a tons of resources there and persons can even send me a DM. I'm always willing to help and talk to persons. So definitely, you guys are not alone. I'm always here to help.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. Kerron Clarke, CEO of Budget Leaf, talking to us this morning about budgeting, especially as the new year looms. All the best for 2023 yourself, and take good care, Kerron. Thank you.
Yeah.
Respect.
Thank you so much. All the best. Bye.
We appreciate it. All right, we're going to be talking now to Raquel King, who is an influential gem, as she's been referred to, who exudes a passion for encouraging others. She's a native of the parish of Manchester, Jamaica. Raquel comes from a family lineage filled with hardworking, powerful, and optimistic men and women. They moved to the United States and fortunately accomplished more than they could ever think or imagine. And they put that down to God's faithfulness in their lives. Raquel herself is a woman of God, proud mother. She's a speech-language pathologist, referred to as an SLP, and she's an author, but also the CEO of Soaring with Butterflies Therapy, LLC. Believe it or not, Raquel was recently crowned Miss Florida Plus America 2022 in the Miss Plus America pageant system, which is an organization devoted to celebrating the essence of the full-figured woman and giving her an avenue in which to pursue recognition for her platform. She has authored the book The Loss of My Wedding Ring, which provides encouragement and strategies for the divorced to feel free and loved. And she's here to tell us more about the inspiration behind her book and to talk about other activities in which she's involved. Good morning to the very accomplished Raquel King. Hi, Raquel. Season's greetings.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
We're doing well. Nice having you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
All right. Let me just ask what I've been asking all of our guests so far. How was Christmas for you this year?
Christmas was really cold. It was an unexpectedly cold here in Florida. So it really did feel like Christmas, but it was nice, being around family and just being able to stay indoors together.
Yeah, wonderful to hear that. I have been getting reports, Shelz, about the cold in Florida from several of our connections there. Now, you were recently crowned Miss Florida Plus America 2022. Raquel, can you talk to us a little bit about this accomplishment and tell us a little bit more about the pageant?
Sure. So it's the Plus Size America pageant. So it's for, girls who are more on the bigger end, plus size. And so in this pageant, there's like different girls competing against one another, but I've found it to be really good for like sisterhood. Like it was really a lot of women that just came together. They had their own platforms. Mine was mental health awareness. Other people, had platforms for cancer or for, working with different children. So it was really, really awesome just coming together with other women, in the face of beauty and knowing that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. So it was really, just phenomenal being around other people who had other platforms and just coming together, showing our beauty, but knowing that it's more than just a crown. We're really carrying that foundation that we're standing for and representing it in the pageantry world.
I like
So it
that.
was
I
really
like
nice.
that.
Yeah,
So the format of the competition is similar to what we'd expect here when we stage like our Miss Jamaica World. Was that the same kind of pageantry format that you had? And how many contestants were in the competition?
Yes, in the competition there was over over 30 women.
Okay.
And there's like 3 different categories. So there's like the MISS for women who are single and younger than 30, the MS for women that are 30 and single, and then the MRS category. So you have women in different categories, and then we're competing against each other. We're showing talent and definitely lifting up our platforms.
All right. Congratulations again. Do you think that that's a competition that you'd like to see happen here in Jamaica as well?
Definitely. That would be amazing in Jamaica. I think that would be really good, even uplifting the younger women. I think it would be really good for us.
I agree. Now, Raquel, your book, The Loss of My Wedding Ring, the title alone jumps out already. Tell us a little bit about what inspired, this book.
Sure. So it's my story of going through a divorce, and going through my divorce, I felt very alone, and I think that we go through different things and we feel very alone, like no one else is going through it. So I wrote it to be able to inspire other people that, this is not something that's, anonymous to one person, so, you can go through it and feel the pain of it, but you can also go through it and be stronger also, and look forward to a new life, a new beginning. So I wrote it to encourage other people who may be going through the same thing, that they can keep going, they can keep doing great things in their life. Just because they got a divorce doesn't mean their life is over.
Nice, beautiful. And what has the response been like so far?
It's been really good. A lot of people didn't really know what I went through. So it's been really good for people to get to know more about me. But then also, others, just was able to comment and say that, they felt like someone else knew what they were going through at the time. Okay. So even people who you don't know what they're going through, they read the book and they were able to be inspired to know, what, I can keep going after this.
I love that. And where can persons purchase the book? Because this sounds interesting.
Yes, you can purchase it on Amazon, or you can purchase it on my website, www.iamraquelking.com. So that's www.iamraquelking.com.
Nice.
All right. Well, good luck with that and all the other things that you have sort of your hands in. It's a little warmer today in Florida, though, isn't it?
Yes, it warmed up today. Thank God.
Oh my God. All right. Well, it's really great talking with you, Raquel. I hope that 2023 brings you a lot of, good things, happiness, and good health, and all the things that you desire. All the best for 2023, and thank you for being our guest this morning.
Thank you, and I wish the same for you all as well. Thank you so much for having me.
Much love.
Our
All the
pleasure.
best to you, Raquel. Yeah.
Thank you.
Recently crowned Miss Florida Plus America 2022. And she's got her book, The Loss of My Wedding Ring. That's out. You can check it out. And we say hello to every member of her family who are all doing very well. And we're going to be talking Bridge Nation, those who are here in Jamaica on the 99s, and those listening in the Jamaican diaspora, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, the tri-state area, those of our listeners in the UK, those in Canada and all across the Caribbean, even in Africa. We thank you for tuning in. Not to mention South America, where this brother is one of the biggest names that you can find coming from Jamaica. We're going to be talking to Droop Lion. Do you know that Queen Elise Kelly has something to do with the name that he has?
I read the info. I can't believe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because he started out as Droop Dog, I think is the dog. D-A-W-G.
Yeah.
And then Queen Elise Kelly heard his deep, powerful, soul roaring voice, and she said, "No, man, this dog is a lion."
From this up.
And from this, a Droop Lion came into being.
Nice.
Droop, good morning, sir. How you doing?
Mornings.
Welcome on.
Splendid, you know what I mean?
Welcome.
Rastafari, give thanks. Hey, world. Hey, Jamaica. We're there at the bridge, you know. You know what I mean? Son, them say, yo, when you cross it, never you burn it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's true.
Because look at this. Young prodigy, you know what I
Yeah,
say?
man. That's what it is.
Naturally, so, you know. I
Yes,
bridge to them and we keep it alive, you know?
Yeah, man.
Respect, man. Yeah, man.
Rastafari, how you doing, man?
Your greeting has just demonstrated that what we hear on record is not something that you create just for singing, but even speaking, you can hear that unique tone of voice
My God.
that sets
Probably
you apart.
I was created for singing, you know?
Yeah, it's a good vibe, Droop Lion,
sir.
having you in the studios, man. You're coming off of an excellent performance at Sting. I want you to recap that experience for us, though. What was it like?
Like, recapping it difficult for me, you know. Because knowing that when I up on stage, something I going out of this world, out of this universe with me, you know. In terms of like the spiritual operation, you know. I know the delivery come across. Sometimes I remember nothing that happened, you know. Because the real thing is I never really plan how I want to deliver a song, you know. Most time it's when I get this mic and I start to utter, and you know, if the people come to me, then we go back to them a certain way. And then the vibration just keep on going and it just get immaculate, you know.
Yeah.
And I love it. You know?
Same.
I love it. You know,
Many people, because of the kind of music that you do and the nature of a Sting, you know, they're like, okay, let's see how Droop Lion fits in a lineup like that.
Because-
But you were fully immersed.
yes, sir. Because then it's like how much is given to you, how much is expected, you know what I mean? And you know, sir, B, you know this for real, sir. If I call upon to go out there and represent, I will have to represent. You know, even if it's or if you ever go to speak through the language stutter, you know, I will have to sing in the language stutter and make sure that these people understand. You know, so when I come with it, I just give thanks, man, for knowing so within this time I'm integral, you know, man. My music is integral. You know what I mean? And among the young generation that coming forward, my music can represent, see me, because I dig myself as a roots artist, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the reason why I say I a roots artist, it's all because I want to keep doing positive music. You know, because knowing that we spring from some place that people call volatile communities, you know. And me is not one of the youth who, because I come from a certain place in Kingston, I wanted to even brand me this type of way. You know what I mean? And even if me have myself as a fool certain way, when you think of me more, you think of me hopeful, you know what I mean? Because for you thinking of me like a fool, I don't know how to deal with that. You know, so I make sure that I try to present myself hopeful. And I try to do that in the music.
And you have been doing a fantastic job as
Yeah,
far as
man.
that is concerned,
Yeah.
Droop. We have to give you
Yeah,
that. You know, when you gave me those 2 dub plate specials some months ago, and I came here and I was beating my chest and carrying on, one of the things that I said in playing the dub, and somebody actually saw me after the program and said, "Is it really true that you're talking about Droop?" I made it known that you are one of the in-demand artists in places like South America, where generally when you go on those in those areas, you're performing to 50, 60,000 people easily.
Very easy. All 100,000 and 100 and more, you know?
There you go. You're hearing it from
Close
him
to
himself this
200,000.
morning.
Last show that I did in Brazil,
Yeah.
Bahia, it was like 100 and counting, a lot counting, you know? And
And people are singing your songs.
yes, man. Actually, it's not just South America, you know.
Right.
I actually done every country in the continent of Europe, you know.
Every country.
You know what I mean? Because whenever time I leave Jamaica, I've never done like 10 shows or 15, you know. It's always like 30, 36 or 40, you know what I mean? But say if I don't ask,
Yeah. You're not
I
going to
don't
say it.
feel good to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's growth, you know? And Wally Room is there for growth, and we just start doing what we're doing. And even though we get in these levels of attributes, you know, we don't want to come on and talk as if nobody never do this before. You know what I mean? Because I know that it's a whole lot of people who do this and continue doing this. I just a youth, you know? But of course, when we go South America, and we're around there too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The people just respect the vibration that we carry, and what can I do but just give it to them? Number one, I think that I'm some form of phenomena among them because the way how I present myself, and knowing that today it's very hard to see youth at our age group, you know. I try to hold a certain meditation. Some people say me hold, you know.
Now, Drew, speaking of holding a meditation when you go on stage and thing, when I thought with a reasoning about Sting before
Yes,
you fall
sir.
my ear. Now, you know it go when you come to stage show, you have certain different perspective from the audience. Some people say the show shot, some people say all sort of things.
Yes, sir.
But you know, for the people that want to say Sting never as great or it flop, what you have to say to in that response? Because we hear say you're a segment, you do what you have to do, you fall. But for here's the show on a whole, for people have something negative to say, how you feel about it?
Sure. You see, people and them opinions and people and them perspective towards anything. When you come on to any video or a group of people going to talk about anything, an event, happenings, it's like you have to just give them way, you know?
Yeah.
Because people will grow to understand, you know? Some people not speaking the truth, you know?
true.
Some people are trying to seems like them a grow to another thing, you know? Because you have people who have going to Sting over the years and enjoying a lot more derogative behavior. But this thing they are trying to make it seems like, oh, what's wrong with these guys? Because probably the little youths them who coming up now in the music, they are not so much of sure of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like them, it's not them and them on a friend then. You know, and you them probably not sing a song where some of them like it like that. And the youth them really have behavior pattern, and it's always in dancehall. You know what I mean? But I think Sting is a good spin-off. I think it was a logistics that put together, you know what I mean, for come bring back this show, you know what I mean, on this island. This thing in a mile out. The thing is, I bridge me there.
Yeah.
I'm bridge I want a Jamaica rural station. So let me tell the world this. And this is not just my perspective. This is the history that I read and been following. Sting have always carrying a swelling after it finish. You know, when a Sting finish, there must be a swelling. Bees can't sting in my lord, you don't have a swell. You know what I mean? And I don't know how comes they are going to produce back the street of Jamaica on a stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we don't see some man a chuck off the money in the face. You know what I mean? And some people have to come in between and part. It happen if we go on the street of Jamaica. It happen among the Eagles. It happen in corporate Jamaica. It happen everywhere. If you go in the bars them right now, if you're just walking in the marketplace, anywhere at all. You know what I mean? People are traverse and people are converse, and they're supposed to have a more, you know what I mean, modern conversation, but something just trigger it off, make it go certain places.
Yeah.
And that's thing. I think it's a well-produced show. At some point, it was going very good for me because I know these shows in Jamaica have a tendency from the get-go, from it's supposed to start at 7 o'clock, it start 9 o'clock, and the running is not right. I was watching these young people, you know, putting themselves together, Because what I noticed with Sting this year is not a whole lot of the old folks who understand show business. I don't know if they get bad mind and leave it, because sometimes you've been doing things for a number of years and not getting what you want out of it, so you leave it. But we must always remember, if we are on a trad and leave it, don't leave it for the worse. You know what I mean? We must leave it and leave space and leave the doors open. That's when the young people come forward. They can have a feasible life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Positive words.
Actually.
Excellent review. And as a matter of fact, it takes us to one of your latest recordings called Kata. Let's allow the Bridge Nation to hear it. Kata. Kata.
Yes, I.
How a sound.
Say you got a cut off in the road, but the burden still on my own. Who can help us along this way?
Big tune. Yes, I am. Yeah, man, that's what it is. Kata for the world. What you mean? For those who don't understand the concept of a kata, what is the concept that you want them to understand from this?
Knowing this is Jamaica and we are country boy in a certain levels, you know. You know, when we carry the load, you know what I mean? Like, if your mother or your grandmother have to go to the market, them have to carry the ground produce, you know what I mean?
See.
And all of these type of things. So them would have we, the younger ones, who carry the load.
Right.
And we start to find out what is pressure from early. Because when we use the banana trash, or we use the comfy bush, or any bush we know is kind of comfortable, and try to roll it and make a cutter for put on top of the head, for cushion the weight, you know, from bust your skull, you know what I mean? It's like, after you reach certain part from the distance, you start to feel the pressure, you know, just like you carry something like a bag of pear, green pear, you know, or a bag of breadfruit, or say you have a bundle of cane of, like say, a dozen cane, you know, that heavy in the dreadlocks. You know what I mean?
I'm not certain if my two brethren here in the studio like Kingston or like Hardy are you like Shelz from Portland? But man, let me come from Portland now. We know about the kata.
Hello, listen.
You know about kata?
Of course. What you trying to say?
So I'm glad you explained what a kata is.
It's not only in such format, you know.
Yes.
What I try to say right now within this song, Still No Father, it's like I say, apart from having that cushion, what we make with the honor and say, yo, we are carry the load. Because when I learn upon the journey carrying the load, I find out after a time the cushion get so flat out.
Yeah.
And you start feel the pressure or the weight up on your head. And I find out now, we go to school. We have attributes of people calling we, you know what I mean? Like them I say, yo, we are CXC subjects. And you get these things and you go to the university and you get all these degrees and these masters. But when you come back to the world, you know what I mean, to take care of family and self and be operational within the system, you find out you can't have too much money, you can't have too much education, you can't have too much of nothing for the problems of this universe not come and approach you and attack you. You know what I mean? And then it takes more than any one of these things to angle yourself. So I find out so we have cutter for the load, but the burden still upon us. You know what I mean? So I just try to talk to my nation people on certain levels, make them know say, with all of what we have, you know, we must get ignorant and time issues come up, you know?
Yeah.
Now I get no way, now make our blood pump over our head and we start to live certain way and get volatile against each other, because I find out that's one of the problem too.
Let's get back to that. Right now I want to do an official time check. This is Top of the Bridge, Up and Go. And Romy, let's tell them what time it is officially.
Tell me where you get the money transfer. Alliance. Your Christmas money transfer. Alliance.
Money when and where you need it this Christmas. Alliance MoneyGram Money Transfer. The time by Alliance is
12 minutes now before the hour of 9 o'clock. Droop line is still in the building. And of course, my name is Richie B.
You know, this is your boy Shelz.
Yours truly, DJ Artiste is in the building.
Yeah. Is Kata forming a part of a bigger project, like whether it be an EP or an album to come from you soon, Droop?
It's a part of an album. It's a part of my album called Ideology, you know what I mean? And that album is already out, you know, but it's just how the music been serviced, you know what I mean, for this long time, you know? It's like if we have an album that carry like 2 songs or 3 songs that the people focusing on and say, yo, these are the popular ones, you know? It's like the rest of songs on the album don't get so much focus, you know? But although
they're good songs.
Yeah, I always try to create an album if I put in 12 songs on it, then I just put 12 strong songs, you know, because I don't waste time with music, you know,
Same.
and thing. But this catalogment, it will always be a bigger project, you know, because knowing the interest of it and how these arguments really come across, we'll always working along these lines, trying to broaden ourselves, trying to get more cushion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To face the difficulties of life.
The difficulties of life.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
when I sing it, that's what I was really actually saying to the people, you know. We have to pray, we have to go, we have to be diligent in all our doings, you know. Naturally.
All right. Well, listen, man. It's always a pleasure catching up with you, reasoning with you, and it is more important when we're doing it on air so that others can be a part of the conversation. Because we've had many conversations off here. First time we're getting to talk to you on air, Drew.
Yes, sir. Because it's a long time to know.
Yeah, man. Way back, bro.
Yes, man. You know.
But the respect is there mutually, and we just wish you all the best. What's next for you? 2023 is around the corner. More music, but also more touring, more traveling. What is it looking like?
Right now, we're actually focusing on opening up the brand, you know, because me never used to accept these words, you know, but today Droop is a brand, you know. It's a brand name, and we have to keep on. If you notice, I'm wearing my merch. And
merchandise, merch.
You know, I'm more encourage my artists, brothers and sisters, them say, yo, we're not just sing it. You know what I mean? We are hard people, and we have to actually govern every aspect of it. Even if it's need to bring in people with the intelligence, you know. So that's what they're actually manifesting up the team to the levels, make everybody understand their role and their duty. We have more music. We have an album that Toots produced for me, and we'll be having it coming this time, 23.
Produced by Toots from Toots on the Maytals.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We have a song called Money is God on Earth on it that I sit down and pencil for this world today. You know what I mean? And thing. And we have tours, you know. I had an American thing coming up early January, and we have this Brazilian, South America, you know what I mean, Peru and all them places. Around there we're going in March, you know, starting the 4th of March. And we have this European tour coming up. It's not many artists can talk like this, you know what I mean? And many ones good here we are talk about with dates them before them even come and before the year even come in, and them I wonder, oh, it's a privilege, you know? And if we're lucky, we're lucky, but it's not no luck. You know, it's hard work, you know?
Yeah, man.
It's hard work. Many times in time them don't see me. Me actually out there, you know? And we're putting in the work, you know? And sometimes I'm so ashamed and afraid to come around and tell people that it was just work, you know? Right, true. And as cool as the time it was just work. Sometimes we work for no money. Sometimes we work for the money. You know what I mean? Because this thing got to continue.
Yeah.
Which is right. So
it make we have the aspect that are going. So
which is right, man. So all people can follow the journey on social media and so forth. Yeah, on the social media and thing.
My name spelled Droop, you know, meaning D like Delta, you know, and thing, because many people always say Droop Lion, and true talk how we talk in Jamaica. Some people think of J, you know. You know what I mean? But we are not the best presenters of the Queen language, you know what I mean? Because to me African, me have enough things in me.
It's true.
So it's Droop Lion, and it's on every platform, you know, on social media. It's on Instagram, you know what I mean? It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. YouTube, and my music is there, you know.
Respect.
Check him out, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to be surprised at what you'll see from this very conscious, talented, unique Jamaican artist, and definitely one that will be around for a long time, giving us great music. I remember when Jeffrey sent me an email, and there were 2 songs in it, one which we played earlier, the second which we're about to play right now, which is a dub plate special from this brother man. Listen to the intro and then feed on the music. Drew, big respects, my brethren. Thanks again.
Respect.
Bless up everybody with their bridge, you know. Bless up my mother, you know the thing. Bless up the whole bridge team, you know. Bless up yourself, Richie.
Yes, I.
I also bless up my management team. Bless up Mr. Stevenson, you know the thing. You know what I mean? Bless up everybody who play a role in this thing. Bless up my warriors, them who never leave my foot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rastafari
every time. Fantan Mojah is in the building, ladies and gentlemen, and you all know him very, very well. He hails from Kingston, but I don't know how many of you actually know that he was actually born in St. Elizabeth. And through the years, he has emulated, he has admired artists in the game before him, the likes of Bob Marley. He will tell you Burning Spear, Jacob, Killer Miller, people like even Capleton, Bush Banton, and Sizzler are some of those that have influenced and inspired this great Jamaican artist. artist who knows what it is to travel and entertain thousands, 50, 60, 70,000 in very, very remote parts and parts of Europe and all over the world.
All over.
He was recently on Sting. And let me tell you something, he lifted that audience in a short spell that he did on stage. And here we have him inside of the studios with us this morning. Fantan Mojah, morning, sir.
Bless up, Papa. First man, forgive me a award. Just a boss. Can't go around it.
Since
so it's an interview. Cause I've been black in a lot of interview.
Yeah.
But me say the boss, me say, yeah, fix it. Yeah.
Calling management and said that off it do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Fantan, I did not see you on the bill for Sting 2022.
Yeah,
and then I heard Itana saying, hey, Fantan Mojah is going to be coming through. And let me tell you something, brethren. You lifted that place big time.
Whoa.
How did that come about?
Listen, you know, it's like we just did a show in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Over 15,000 people. So I was the one who worked second to last on the show. Alba Rosie closed it, but my performance, it's so energetic where people talk about, even now people are talking about it. So Etana did work before, but me decide say no, the real mass come out. The place packed now. So me decide say alright, me I call her forward on the stage when me get on the same rhythm me and her upon. And me call her up forward. And the response she get from the crowd, it was bigger when them call her on first.
Earlier.
Yeah, and me I say, Mama, I saw the rhythm, big of flavor. Yeah. You have certain rhythm that come out of Jamaica, through the people them don't know. When Hail King album where you know if you sell gold in a South America, me never know of that, you know. I find out all of these things long after. So the brother there who me want for money, me I go feed.
Oh, you mean?
For him.
Get the law involved, brethren.
Yeah, I have involved.
Yeah.
Whole heap. And then this big company named Abood, I mean not even know of. In England. Oh, Abood for you have 300 track with me. Women don't know of. Because of that brother there. I don't know about it.
Find him.
Yeah, so you need to fix things before me get to lie about this.
Yes.
Yeah. This is what I say. But different. We always are work, Papa.
Yeah.
We always are work. But the fight not the business, wicked. Yeah. The big dread them bad mind the youth, them we boss. And for me and Turbulence and Highway and boss, Natural Black I come up, me see the big dread them, bad mind the youth, them for nothing at all. What me say, God?
Yeah, hear you.
So, you know see enough showkeeper Jamaica. You know see each set of artists when they're on the show them. And I one set of artists keep on a work. Them all kill them. Them all dead with work.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah, them all kill them off with work. If you continue, I remix them, see me just spin them so. And them alone you see. When other artists they have work too.
And can bust the place and can entertain.
And even bust the place more than them, but we get fun and say the big dread them, and not for the big singer them the music, them have an ego about them. Just bad mind youth them for nothing at all. Me like when you youth them boss. You know how long me know Joshua before them boss? Skeng and the whole of them. And my little youth them know them long before them boss. Valley and the whole of them. We know them before them.
So
boss.
right now you glad for see we're going with them?
You mean if we glad to see youth them boss? We happy for that.
Yeah.
More youth boss at Jamaica, less hungry get God. See you know how much youth boss. And enough youth will help youth out of the ghetto. We never have a in himself say one day me go reach in America, me go reach in England, me go reach in Europe, me reach artists carry enough youth out in the world and who not left them forward and them they on the team. So more artists both at Jamaica God, more youth get opportunity in the ghetto.
Yeah.
And
strong argument.
And I want to more the premise that Jamaica don't if you take serious of this. No for the artist left from Jamaica go out in the world. Me slave myself for years, you know. I mean never talk this, you know. By go to Europe and find out how Bob them build themselves, you know. Enough time them come a yard, boss get paid, harmony singer get paid, musician get paid, the flight get paid, hotel get paid, but I hear money from the tour.
Yeah.
So everything go back to
building the brand.
Alright. So now it thing build out in our world, Mr. Someone I get bad mind. When me a full stadium all about in our world, people in Jamaica don't know, you know. Them never know I look some man look on the views and me sang them, and then they start calling back and say, "Me I give Fantan to interview like you know sorry for me. You know never know what I go on. Come so them get crazy and as them see a man reach a million views, then call him for your interview. So I want footballer, big footballer, come to Jamaica and interview on a station. And when the man call my name too and say when the match them open up, a Fantan and a Marley picking them play. All both in a far part of the world them. So when them they a Jamaica fight, me now watch them.
Now watch them.
When them now give me show on them, me now watch them. Me just continue work.
Yeah.
Me always have voice.
Yeah.
And by the way, I can produce myself, so I do it. When a man said a rhythm come give me from Europe, and me produce it, harmony, put on harmony upon it, everything, send it up here, make you mix it. So me I produce myself from my left down sound guard.
Long time. Somebody just
and learn the business.
Yeah, somebody just sent me a WhatsApp message. Them said, don't call name, but what you mean when they said it? Big dread them.
Me know them all say that, man. Me know what to read. Big dread them know themselves.
Them know themselves.
The big dread them know themselves, God. That you know want. No like mix up, though. No like mix up, man. The big dread them know themselves. We are fight the youth them and bad mind the youth them. Me not have to call no name. Them know themselves. And enough of them.
And them for stop
the
it.
singer to the DJ them for stop it, God.
Straight.
When the youth them love, you know, show them the respect there. You know, don't show what the youth them no respect and no love. You know, feel like you know control music and a Rasta police. You know, if you stop do it. And everybody afraid of you know, God.
But you know what is also interesting, Shelz?
Yeah.
Even outside of the big dread them, some of the people that said the ball of them, the scene of all of them, some of them have the vibe that you know.
Them insecurity themselves, man.
Yeah.
Them craft. And when them see the new talent, them get nervous.
Them not take no show with certain artists.
Yeah.
They don't want to work with you.
That should not happen.
And when the promoter call them I feel like say, them want to tell the promoter who them want for the show with them. But it a cut out now. Because people must see it in themselves and know say, here what. They really out not even try black. And you think I big them alone, you have 2 agents at Jamaica, 2 booking agents, you have to call a name. You know what the time people call fanfare for certain artists?
And what them say? Not available?
It's not available. Can't find him, don't have any manners. And you have to deal with. For what?
And some serious politics you talk about.
Yes, it's not going music, God.
What?
You never know.
What?
2 million agents at Jamaica, I have to call a name. With the big dread them. One bag of Confederate.
Don't call her.
No have to call a name.
Don't call her name.
I could play one of the big tune from the big money here. So
play a big tune.
Fantan now hold back. Nothing, people.
Hold on, I could play a new tune for you.
Yeah, man, why not?
Survive.
Which one this?
Survivor.
See there. Introduce someone, Fantan.
Yeah, man, a 10 step higher than them, man. So bless me along the way throughout all time. Them hear the song that we sing, I know the song that we sing. Yeah. 10 step higher than them. And some damn politics to them rise up them Senate. That got to them at when them go it and bend it. Some bad mind people know for them as a for relic. Them worthy good name, no for worthy credit. Sell them brother and them sister for a talking. Some greedy dog will get the brother and give them soul in. Corruption on the rise. Man go spot them a editor to get a you glorify. Hey, been through the rain. I'm manning.
Yo, Fantan, Survivor, big tune. Yeah, man.
As a young producer too, you know. Yeah, the dude from what name again? Country Hype.
Country Hype.
You have a big tune. You give him a big tune.
Yeah. When the song does drop, it got number 1 on iTunes as it drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Enough things go on where
people don't even know about because he's not a man who really go blow your own trumpet.
Me just get a gold plaque for Stronger album.
See there?
You see? Me look like me I hide them something.
Congratulations, brethren.
Me not hide them thing there, God. Me just love myself and love music.
Good work.
You know for me just bust, you know.
Come on.
And you know the pressure me got through, you know. When my boss, them want have me a close show at Jamaica before time. So them thing build up my courage for them time, the God. You remember going down a land dialogue?
Yes.
You remember
the whole history
how much man work before me the night?
Yep.
And me say, me with those boss will have 3-4 songs.
You
and me go close the show. Yeah, and when me actually I close the show so properly, no each song it at the show go on so good. It's like me no know bad mind jumping at them, God. They must say, turn down the mic and him pull the plug because the show have to done now. No, if you close the show, make me close my show good. I see minute them do me that and sabotage me. Westmoreland people smell and what happened and start fling beer buckle. And that was the end of that show. And the promoter who keep that show say him done something wrong to Fantan that night. And it cost the end of that show. Yes.
Just like that.
You see what I say?
Is that whole thing the man I got you in the Shelz?
No man, hold it.
Well,
when you see them they are stronger, we have to give them enough respect.
But one more Fantan for overstand still, you know, is that your work not go unrecognized, especially for my generation. Come on, tell you a quick story. I can't make you forward, I'm gonna tell you this personally. So you saw me and my friend them get together.
Yeah.
And we all a joy. You see the morning after, more while you wake up and you feel like energy was just off.
Yeah.
Any of my friend them can tell you, say Sheldon always wake up and burn down Babylon.
Yeah.
For no reason, you know, them always cuss me on the first tune my bus.
Yeah.
When I run eyes.
This
man. No, it's no time.
Oh, again now.
29, just turned 29.
Alright, ask, but what they may tell me, Roddy say, you know,
Yeah.
some fans them
just
grew up in a music now.
See them?
Me tell them, say, me just boss, you know. And what they may tell everybody, say, Fantan just boss, you know. You never know. The youth them grow with me song them is me come like I want to Mali in music right now where them a try fight and you can't get me out. Them around ya. I me tell them something. There's no weapon on the farm against I can ever
prosper.
So here what to do. Better not show me love and me show no love. And we continue this music, ya God. Because the bad mind and the wicked heart and the grudgeful and the deceitful thing nah go work, God.
Not gonna stop you. Not gonna stop you.
Some man them act like them love you and check for you when them see you and deeply in themselves when them move and gone and them not see you, don't see your face. Then chat be a sitting God. And the next thing again with the artist them. There's nobody can come tell me say the artist say me say and him say and me no want you not so sin God. Bun so sin.
What you mean?
You say true me not sugarcoat nothing. Me just talk the plain truth. Them now can't take me God.
On a separate note, sad news of the passing of Joe Mercer Marley. What do you want to say to the Marley family right now? We're only 31 years of age, eh?
Listen, me, man, it's a youth where I want time ever get to meet Mercer, you know. And when you look upon it, say Steve God. A Steve that the man carve out the youth of God.
Yeah, man.
So if you lose a youth now them time, you see what I say? Well, we don't know what happened, you know, but sickness do occur sometime, but you have to give thanks for life, health, and strength, yeah, man.
Straight up. There are some songs that you have.
Condolence to the family, you know?
Yeah, man, for sure, man. We have been saying it all morning, and we're going to say it again through the rest of the program. You know, there are some songs that Fantan has in his catalog that, to me, they are kind of like must-do songs when he's performing on a stage show. Man. And you have some of them will go into the ranks of anthems from his catalog. Not every artist can boast of, or even just state that they have that kind of connection with the audiences. Here's one of them that we know for sure. Not only do we know and appreciate and love, but we know that the audiences love it as well. You talk about anthem, you want one? Yo! You want your stage show lift up? Make him touch a tuna.
Tell your mama hungry, Papa.
Stop it! Oh gosh, Fantan. Yeah, Brethren. Pure energy.
Yeah,
always.
Pure energy.
Always.
I see the high step that we have and point out to a business there. Are you alone of that?
Hold on. What more I make you know?
Yeah.
Remember the whole Jamaica, because of certain people, you know, when them watch your style and your flow, them fight in every way. That's them even give it to me when we start with the close pants. It's say a gun mouth pants it name, you know.
Yeah.
And that will grow come hear them call it. Spanglers.
Them give it to you when they do a dancehall tune recently too.
But here why me do the dancehall song? The Jamaica know say me is a youth where before me even bust on the reggae scene, me da do dancehall long time. So what when the whole pandemic and everything, me just decide say me sing two dancehall song. Me never do nothing wrong. Me just shoot two videos and sing two dancehall and show the youth them say we can do it too. I'm tell anyone the youth them want to come sing a song with me, ready to sing a song with them.
Just like that.
Some people don't know me stream I'm on time, you know. That's why I try to move like Lee Scratch Perry. Nobody don't have to know say me have nothing. Nobody don't have to know me have. Me just roll simple like me don't have nothing at all. Big up Lee Scratch Perry.
Every
yeah,
time.
and big up
Rest in
Jacob
peace.
Miller.
Yeah.
Done.
Some people think Jacob's son.
Yeah, man. A real thing, man.
Fantan, we're out of time, but it's a pleasure, my brethren. 2023 is around the corner. Give us your social media handle, if you will.
Everything for
Fantan Mojah.
Management I come.
All right, no worries. All right.
But listen to me. As I tell you, you see the youth them were boss in the music now, the young youth them, we love them, God. Me, Fantan Mojah, respect that and love the youth them. Because more youth boss in the ghetto, God, and more poverty over. So here what happen now. Them fi stop fight the youth them, God. Love the youth them. Yeah. Even some of them you hear sing some songs said dance. No, a bright youth them, man. It's just a trend and a style. Me, you know, as a young youth. You know what I want.
Long time I tell them.
Yeah. So, even the youth named Jamal. Jamal growing on my hand, you know. What I say? It's on away down.
Yeah.
The first youth said dance, growing on my hand, Jamal. Yeah. And he doesn't name himself the way there. A good youth, I know mother, father, everybody.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just like Valley and them youth there.
For them
Yeah.
time. For them time.
Yeah, man.
Give them the time.
And big up every artist. I want to big up one artist who always did it for me. No matter what them say, him say, go on, Bubba. Papi! Big up yourself, you.
See there?
Yeah. Sisla Kalanji. Brother for life. Highway and turbulence. You name it. Natural black. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
artists can't left out. Because they never left me out.
All the farm, brethren.
And who no love me, take big up same way. Big up yourself.
All the farm.
Rastafari. Farm always up, man.
Let me tell you the last
right
time.
now, me about 500 for slaughter. Yeah.
Ooh.
We have to feed the nation.
You still have a pineapple and them thing there?
We have everything, God.
Yo.
Country around sea.
We need to come at St. Thomas now?
Anytime the pine come in fully,
yeah.
me I make you come in one day upon the farm.
Yeah, man, we need to come through.
Your wife and the whole family.
Come eat some
pine. Them.
Yeah.
And eat some pine and
yeah,
we document it properly.
Which is right, we like that. No problem,
yeah,
no problem.
Fantan Mojah, ladies and gentlemen. Truly, I know you want to take a break. We're going to do that. Rastafari live every time, Fantan. You don't know. Give thanks for life, brethren.